Hey guys, it's Jordan Hetrick, and thanks for tuning back into my channel. In today's video, I want to compare a brand new action camera by DJI, which is the Action 6, versus the GoPro HERO 13, which is considered by many to be the top action camera in the market right now. Even if you've already seen some comparisons between these two cameras, definitely watch this one because I did it after the huge update that DJI came out with for the Action 6. In this video, I'm going to take the DJI Action 6 and the GoPro HERO 13 out into the world and just film some beautiful clips for you guys to look at these comparison videos. I'm also going to break it down into 5 different key areas where these cameras are different and show you the differences between these cameras to help you decide which of these cameras is going to be a better action camera for you. When I put these comparisons on the screen for you guys, I'll make sure to always put the Action 6 videos on the left side of the screen and the GoPro HERO 13 videos on the right side of the screen, just so you can look at it and not have to think about which camera it is and just make the comparisons for yourselves. I filmed all of these clips just using some standard settings on both of the cameras, so you can see what you're going to get right out of the camera. As you watch these comparisons, I want you to just look out for the different colors and the look of the video, because that's what you're going to get straight out of the camera. Of course, with either of these videos, you can edit them to have a more similar look to each other, but it's nice to know what you're getting straight out of the camera. Now let's take a look at the 5 areas that are really going to make a difference between the Action 6 and the GoPro HERO 13. First, let's just talk about the differences between the design and usability of these two cameras. When it comes to action cameras, smaller is usually better, and the Action 6 is a little bit smaller and lighter than the GoPro HERO 13, but they are pretty close in size. However, when it comes to screen size, bigger is usually better. Specifically because action cameras don't have a viewfinder on them like a DSLR, you have to look at the screen to compose your shots. So a bigger screen is better. When it comes to screen size, the Action 6 does have a slightly bigger screen on the front and rear than the GoPro HERO 13, but I feel like both of these screens are pretty large, so it's pretty easy to see what you're filming when you're out there getting your footage. Both cameras are waterproof as is. You don't need an external dive case to take the cameras in the water, as long as you keep those side doors shut. The Action 6 is waterproof a little deeper than the GoPro HERO 13 without that dive case, but for most people who are snorkeling, you're probably not going to go below that 10-meter depth when you're freediving. And if you do want to go deeper, both cameras offer a dive case that can go down to 60 meters. They both get great underwater footage. The Action 6 does have some cool stats that'll show you your depth when you're diving down, so that's kind of fun to play with. When it comes to mounting, both of the cameras are made to be mounted really conveniently. I do feel like the GoPro HERO 13 has a few extra options because it has built-in mounting fingers and a 1/4-20" thread right on the camera. Whereas on the Action 6, you actually have to use the mounting adapter, and then you can mount your camera in a variety of ways. They both also have magnetic quick release mounts that are really easy to just pop your camera on and off. Another huge factor in usability is the battery life, and the Action 6 has a huge upper hand here. They have really great charging. There's this triple battery charger that you can just charge 3 batteries. It's got quick charging, and the battery life is a lot longer than the GoPro HERO 13's. The GoPro HERO 13 does not have quick charging, and it actually takes a long time to charge those batteries. As far as overheating, the HERO 13 does have a tendency to overheat when you record continuous videos in those higher resolutions. Whereas with the Action 6, I recorded for long periods at high resolutions and didn't have any problems with overheating. When it comes to storage, both cameras can use a MicroSD card to store your camera's photos and videos. However, the Action 6 actually has 50 gigabytes of built-in storage, which is actually really convenient if you're switching your microSD cards between cameras and you forget to put it back in there. You can just use that internal storage and you can keep filming. With the GoPro HERO 13, there's no internal storage. So if you forget your microSD card, you can't record. The second difference I want to show you guys is image quality. Because when it comes down to it, the most important thing you're going to get out of these cameras is how your photos and videos look. And both of these cameras produce really beautiful photos and videos. The first thing that has a big impact on your video quality is the resolution, which is the size of the video image that you're recording. Typically, you'll be displaying your videos in a maximum of 4K video resolution. However, both of these cameras can record higher resolution than 4K. With the latest update, the Action 6 can record up to 8K video, and the HERO 13 can record 5.3K video. These higher resolutions just give you more flexibility when you go to edit. You can create some zooming effects or some movement throughout your shot. Both of these cameras give you that flexibility, but the Action 6 does have more resolution to work with. However, it doesn't have slow motion frame rates in that 8K video, which we'll talk about next. Frame rates are also really important because that defines how much slow motion you can get from these cameras. And both cameras can record at 60 frames per second. At 60 frames per second, you can slow your footage down about 2.5 times, and it's gonna look really smooth and cinematic. They can also record in 4K at 120 frames per second for really nice high resolution slow motion. And at 120 frames per second, you can slow it down 5 times. So this is going to be great to freeze up those action shots. Sensor size is also another factor that has a huge impact on the image quality. And the Action 6 has a larger sensor than the GoPro HERO 13. They added a new square sensor that's almost 1-inch sensor. So it's 1/1.1 inch. This larger sensor is just going to give you better detail in your shots when you zoom in on it. which just basically creates better imagery. Also, if you're recording in contrasty scenes, it offers a higher dynamic range. So that just means that your shots are going to look a little more balanced in those really tricky shots. For those of you who are recording HDR videos, even though the Action 6 does have a wider range of HDR colors in their standard video, there is no HLG HDR. The Hero 13 has HLG HDR, so if you do like to shoot with that, it's not available on the Action 6. Another factor in image quality that a lot of people I think put to the side is low light filming. That larger sensor is also going to have a really big impact when it comes to low light videos. And even if you think you're not going to be filming in low light situations, when you get out there and you realize the capabilities of actually filming in a low light scene, you'll probably want to use your camera to do that. The Action 6 definitely excels in low light scenes with that super night mode, and you can record up to 4K at 60 frames per second in that super night mode. And those images just come out a lot brighter, and that just has a lot to do with that larger sensor on the Action 6. I also included the Action 5 in this comparison, just so you could see the difference between the Action 5, the Action 6, and also the GoPro HERO 13. Another feature that's new to action cameras on the Action 6 is a variable aperture. So this has never really been something that I've had to talk about before, because usually there's a fixed aperture on all these cameras. The aperture is the size of the opening basically that lets the light into the sensor, and action cameras typically have a really wide aperture, so everything's in focus. The Action 6 is actually the first action camera that I've ever seen that has an adjustable aperture, so you can actually adjust that depth of field in your shots. This is pretty revolutionary, and I think other cameras are going to follow suit. And the GoPro HERO 13 has not yet. Some people did ask about that wider aperture creating a bokeh type effect, but you can't get that with the Action 6 just because of the way it focuses. One of the main features that's really important for an action camera is stabilization. And you can see in both of these cameras, even if you're moving your camera around a lot, you're gonna get some great stabilization out of these cameras. Also, because a lot of times you're filming with these cameras and they're handheld, the horizon leveling or horizon balancing makes a huge impact on how your footage looks. It's gonna make your videos look smooth and cinematic, and both of these cameras have horizon leveling in 4K at up to 60 frames per second. They can keep that horizon completely level even when your camera rotates around. The GoPro HERO 13 also has some horizon balancing all the way up to 5.3K at 60 frames per second. So you get a little bit more resolution with that, but both of these cameras do a great job at keeping that level horizon and making your videos just look really nice. And the last detail that has a big impact on your image quality are the colors. And both of these cameras can record in 10-bit color. So you're getting the widest range of colors that's possible, so when you go to edit, you can pull these colors out and make your videos really pop. They both also have a log color, so if you want to shoot like a video that's basically flat profile, then you can go and you can add colors in. And this just gives you a lot of freedom when you go to edit if you know how to color grade your footage. I think a lot of people that are experienced with DJI like to use that D-Log M color, but if you're on the GoPro fence, then you might like to use that GP log. But straight out of the gates, if you're just a beginning filmmaker, you're probably not going to use either of those flat color profiles. I also want to give you guys a nice comparison of underwater shots, because I know a lot of you guys like to use your action cameras underwater. So here's what it looks like underwater, and I think you can just choose your own preference, because obviously they have quite a different look when you go underwater. I've heard plenty of comments from both sides of the fence about which one of these looks better. I've got some more great differences to show you guys, but if you are enjoying this video so far, please subscribe to my channel so you can stay tuned for more videos I have about either of these action cameras and tons of other great videos. I think you'll find it really helpful. As far as water drops on the lens, they can really get in the way of your shots. So I did a lot of testing to see which one of these cameras really handled shedding those water drops better off the front of the lens. And I have to say that both of them are basically exactly equal. The third aspect I want to talk about is shooting flexibility. Like, how stuck are you with your videos once you've recorded them? And both of these cameras have some flexibility in what you can do after you record. The first area where these cameras offer some flexibility is in the aspect ratio, which is the shape of the video. Both of these cameras allow you to change the aspect ratio after you've filmed. They just do it in a slightly different way. On the Action 6, there's a 4K custom aspect ratio you can film with. And this records a full 4K video whether you end up with a vertical 9:16 or a horizontal 16:9 video. On the GoPro HERO 13, you can record using the 8:7 aspect ratio, which is also almost basically a square. And then you can go and you can pull out a horizontal shot or a vertical video out of that video. With either of these cameras, you do need to bring them into the app or into an editor to take advantage of changing the aspect ratio. Neither of them do it straight in the camera. Another aspect with both of these cameras that gives you more flexibility is being able to change the field of view after you've filmed. The field of view is basically the lens that you're choosing, whether it's more of a fisheye effect or more of a linear, flat video. On the HERO 13, if you record using the widest field of view, when you bring it into the GoPro Quick app, you can actually choose any of the other lenses that are available for the HERO 13. On the Osmo Action 6, you have to choose your lens when you're recording, and there's not an option to go change to the other looks later when you're using the DJI Mimo app. So depending how you're using your camera, that could be a big benefit for you on the Hero 13. Another characteristic that'll give you more flexibility is how much you can zoom in on your shots. The Action 6 actually has a 2x zoom that's going to still give you really good quality videos after you zoom in. And if you record 5.3K on the Hero 13, that extra resolution gives you a little bit of flexibility to zoom in when you go to edit. You can zoom in about 132% and still keep that full 4K resolution. The fourth difference is what kind of extra accessories or extra goodies can you get with these cameras. Both cameras have some add-on lenses which are really fun to work with. They both have a macro lens, which allows you to get super nice close-up shots of like flowers and details. It's just gonna allow you to focus closer to your subject. And on the Action 6, you can use that wider aperture to get even more of a blurred background. I think you can get some great macro shots with both of these cameras. They also both have an ultra-wide lens, so it's even a wider perspective than the lens that's built into the camera. And this allows you to film great action sports where you look like you're moving really fast because of that wide perspective. What's also really fun is they both have auto recognition. So if you put these lenses on the cameras, it's gonna automatically recognize that the lens is on there. You don't have to dig through the menus and change the settings. It's just gonna do it right there for you. Another fun thing that really steps these cameras up is the audio. Now I just wanna give you a sample of the audio recorded using the internal mics on these cameras. And this is the audio recorded using the Action 6. And this is the audio recorded using the internal mics on the GoPro HERO 13. They're both also compatible with external mics. And DJI makes some of the best wireless mics out there. And luckily, their DJI mics are compatible with the GoPro HERO 13. However, on the Action 6, you can actually record using 2 mics. You can record 2 separate audio tracks. So if you're recording a conversation between someone, that's a great tool to use. So I think the Action 6 has an upper hand there. And last, I just want to talk about the different modes that are available on these two cameras. They both have very similar modes such as video, time-lapse, and photo modes. But there's also a few extras that I want to show you on each camera. Let's start with the Action 6. And on the Action 6, you have a few extra modes that are dedicated to video. So you've got that super night video, which I already showed you about, and that's dedicated to getting better videos in super low light scenes. And the Hero 13 doesn't have a dedicated night video mode. There's also a dedicated portrait video mode that's got a special lens profile for those portrait shots. So that's gonna be good for vlogging. And the other video mode that the GoPro HERO 13 doesn't have is called subject tracking. So you can actually set your camera up on a tripod or in a stationary position, and then you can film a fixed shot. But subject mode is actually gonna make it look like you're moving in the scene. So it's gonna track you as you go through your shot. It's really nice if you wanna just add some more movement to your shots right in the camera. The Action 6 also has some film tones that are really fun to play with, and you can do it right here in the camera, so you don't have to do it in the app like you do with the Hero 13. The Hero 13 also has a few modes that the Action 6 doesn't have. Although it doesn't have a dedicated night video mode, it does have some modes that are dedicated to taking night photos over a long exposure and then playing them back in a video. And there's some really fun things to play with, such as star lapses, light painting, and vehicle lights. So the camera is actually gonna take a series of long exposure night photos, and then it adds some effects to them right in the camera. It makes it really easy. If you're familiar with the last few models of GoPros, you probably know about these different night modes. And there's some really cool light effects, and they're fun to get some great footage with. So maybe some of those modes are more useful to you than others, and that might just help sway your decision of which camera you wanna buy. So what do you guys think? In my opinion, both of these cameras are gonna get you amazing footage. I think either one of them, you're gonna be super happy with what you capture. The level of action cameras at this point is really, really good. These cameras are kind of far different in how they function on a day-to-day basis. And also in the images that they produce, you can just see there's a different look between the two cameras. So I think it really comes down to which one you think looked better throughout this video. And if you couldn't decide, then the Action 6 actually just works better as a camera just because they've added a lot of cool features in there. I hope that helped you guys decide if one of these cameras is the right one for you. And if one of these cameras is the camera that you're gonna choose, I do have a really helpful beginner's guide for each camera. Also, if you're looking to improve your content, I have a great book dedicated to either of these cameras. And that's just gonna give you everything you need to know about these cameras from start all the way through creating amazing content. So be sure to check that out. I'll also put a link in the video description below where you can pick up one of these cameras. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.